Hey everyone, we're back here with another review. Michael's currently in San Diego right now for the Comic-Con and his adventures there. So I have Trey in the car, me,
Hello.
and we have a guest, Robin. What's up, Robin?
I'm a little bit uncomfortable doing this with not Michael here, so can I just call you Michael?
Okay, alright.
Okay.
But you have to
Cool.
remember, I'm a little more nicer.
What?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to be mean.
Alright, I'll
Right?
try.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah.
Try. Alright.
We watched Turbo. Turbo, the movie about a turbo-powered snail, which I thought, before I saw this movie, I thought it was a really dumb concept for a movie because it's not even close to reality. I mean, I know you can do anything with animation and
It's
cartoons.
sci-fi, definitely.
It is
I'd
sci-fi.
categorize that as sci-fi.
It was weird before I saw it, but then we watched it and it was actually pretty heartwarming for a child's movie, I thought.
It's a very good movie, to watch with your family. Everyone loves an underdog story. So,
Yeah, it definitely was an underdog story. And it was kind of funny how Turbo the snail, his role model in life was a French guy. The French are notorious for eating snails and escargot. So that was, you can take a little bit of a hint from that one, I thought. I knew it before the twist came that the twist was going to come.
So what did you think about the storyline? So, him getting his powers, him getting to the Indy 500.
I thought it was a really weird storyline. It kind of, it's definitely breaking new ground. There's never been anything like this, I thought. So that was kind of cool. It was a little bit weird, going into this movie, because it's such a strange concept. I wasn't sure they were going to be able to pull it off, but they did.
Yeah, they did.
So, what'd you think about the story?
I just thought of a really good comparison to it.
Okay.
So it's like Pinocchio wanting to be a real boy, or Shrek not wanting to be seen as a monster.
Snail wants to be a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Okay, I can roll with that.
I mean, I thought it was pretty good. It was a really light movie. I don't really have too many complaints other than I wish they I kind of wish they just showed the emotion a little more.
Yeah.
And I feel like they kind of have the disadvantage of having snail bodies. You can't really communicate like how you're feeling with hands
That's
or any emotions.
true.
The only emotions you can convey is through your eyes. So
Right.
do you remember that scene where the brother's like really pissed off and his whole face is just contorting?
Yeah.
I was just like, okay.
That was cool. It was definitely, I see your point.
Yeah.
And another point visually was, it was like probably one of the best looking CGI movies I've ever seen. Like, just the background, it looked real.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything that good, and it was crazy. But the snails didn't look real. They didn't look like real snails.
Yeah.
That would have been kind of gross if they were all slimy and shit.
What'd you think about the snails and their personality? Like, I don't remember the names personally, but
There were 2 or 3 main snails, I thought, and the rest of them were just annoying. Like how
White
they would.
Shadow.
Yeah, I didn't get that. That made no sense to me.
I feel like they were trying to make him comical relief, but he just shouts random things. He's kind of like that one guy from The Office. Do you know who I'm talking about? Kevin? He's like Kevin from The Office.
I watched The Office.
You don't watch The Office?
Never seen it, no.
Do you watch The Office?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you guys. Well, you should, because
Okay,
it's a
I'll
good
look
8
for
seasons.
Kevin, exactly like the snail. I mean,
okay.
I feel like that's. Now you might disagree with me, but I feel like shouting random things is almost like the power chord of comedy. It's just.
Get that.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what else to do. I don't have a riff in mind. I don't have a cool chord.
So I'm just gonna...
Add 7. I'm just gonna say something random and hope there's someone in the audience that starts a laughter chain.
It's kind of like when someone falls in a movie.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's kind of a cheap form
Exactly.
of
It's a cheap,
comedy.
there's no lead up and there's no resolution.
So I definitely noticed there were a couple cheap laughs in the film, but
It was DreamWorks, right?
It was DreamWorks.
DreamWorks.
So
They're notorious for that.
yeah,
But I mean,
it is a kids movie too.
It didn't
so.
really take away from it. And the one kid who was in the theater ate
He
that shit up.
loved it.
Was that a he or was it a she?
It was a he for sure. So there was this little kid that was sitting in front of us, and he was just so
He was into it.
Burst into the movie.
He would
loved
clap
it.
when the audience would clap, like in the Indy 500. It was pretty adorable.
Mm-hmm.
That kid was adorable.
When the mainsail was accepted into the race, he was jumping. It kind of just made me feel like that's the kind of spirit that DreamWorks was going for in this movie. It's just, you gotta dream your dreams, even though they may sound crazy or impossible.
Yeah, that's true. Which definitely for a snail to compete in the Indy 500,
It's something
impossible.
unheard of.
Yeah. So I guess the main takeaway was it's definitely a child's movie, and a pretty good one at that. A lot better than. What other child's movies have come out recently that you've seen? I haven't seen any. I'm not a child.
I'm not a child either.
Uh-huh.
Well, I did see some pretty good child's movies recently. I saw Monsters University.
What was that? How do you think that would compare? This one to Monsters University?
It's hard to compare those two because Monsters University is built on a legacy of Monsters, Inc.
That's true.
So, they have that advantage.
They did come in strong, I think, and it was a whole new premise for them at least. Turbo was a brand new thing. They had to carve out their own. But I was entertained by it. I found myself pretty much rooting for Turbo by the end, which is something I wouldn't do.
Yeah, you grow to really cheer for the character.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So
it was a good movie. I think it's if you have a kid in your life, go see it. If you have someone who acts like a kid in your life,
go see it.
Slap them and go see it. Other than that, there's not really much to say about it.
Yeah.
It's a cute story. It's about a snail. And it's not very slow.
Oh, what did you think about the ending? The fact that he didn't have to use his genetically altered genes to win the race.
I thought I was on the edge of my seat.
Me too.
Yeah, I was, because it literally came down to him crawling to the finish line, which I thought was a good way to kind of bring it around.
Right.
I thought it was a good way to bring it around.
And the support from his brother, the only support he really ever truly wanted, that came through at that moment. So that was perfect. And his competitor was literally dragging his car because he refused to lose to a snail.
Yeah, a snail, which he would probably prefer eat because he was a Frenchie.
Oh yeah, and the part where he almost steps on him at the very end, and he just rolls into victory.
That was
slow-mo.
It was good. I kind of felt a little, when that was coming, the big foot. But it was good.
Water.
Okay. It was a good movie. I think you should go see it. If you watch this review and you agree with us, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Share us on MySpace.
And make sure you look out for the next couple videos featuring, I think Sarah's going to be there, Raj,
Chris,
right?
Probably Raj, probably Chris, Patrick.
The whole crew.
And then eventually Michael again.
Yeah. He'll probably give you a synopsis on how his adventure went in Comic-Con.
I do hope he makes a video on that, because I
think he is.
I started watching his GoldenEye review, and it was actually really entertaining.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really entertaining.
I gotta watch that. Sorry,
Suppose
Michael.
he'll see that. He'll see that when he reviews this footage.
All right, that's really all we have to say. So
peace.
bye.